Hominids use stones as tools. Hominid Paranthropus, a line of extinct early bipedal hominids. Oldest formed stone tools. Humans. Hominids Homo habilis evolve. Earliest member of the genus Homo. This is when the human brain begins to get bigger. Hominids bonobos. End of the Tertiary and start of the Quaternary period. Homo erectus evolves in Africa. Homo erectus moves into Eurasia from Africa. Controlled use of fire. Homo erectus evolves less body hair. Humans wear clothing. Spear. There are 1 million humans on Earth, all hunter-gathering people. Homo sapiens evolve in Africa. Human language of 30 short sounds begins to develop. All words are single syllable. Homo neanderthalensis evolves in Eurasia. Homo sapiens move out of Africa into Eurasia. This is the beginning of differences in race within the human species. Oldest Homo sapiens skull outside Africa, in Israel. Theory of gods. Bow and arrows. Homo erectus extinct. Start of mass extinction of large mammals due in part to humans. Earliest water ship. Sapiens reach Australia from Southeast Asia. Earliest mine. Earliest sapiens fossil in Europe. Oil lamp. Painting. Earliest musical instrument. A flute. Humans catch fish. Sapiens reach China. Weaving, textiles, and coloring dyes. Humans raise dogs. Earliest ceramic object. The Venus figurines. Neanderthals extinct. Fired clay, clay dried and hardened by fire. Stone wall. Cereal gathering. Pottery. Rope. There are 10 million humans on Earth, all hunter-gathering people. Map. Cement. Humans enter America. Humans shape metal objects. Oldest city. Jericho. Saddle quern, a flat stone and a rounded stone used to grind grain into flour. Goats raised. Flax grown. Sheep raised. Pigs raised. Clay tokens that represent products used in Mesopotamia. Cows raised. Flint sickle. Wheat grown. Millet grown. Barley grown. Squash grown in Peru. Oldest known boat. A dugout boat. Earliest drum. Rice grown in China. Corn grown in Mexico. Metal melting and casting. Copper. Sailboat. Sun-dried mud brick and mud brick house. Writing on clay objects. First numbers. First stamp or seal. The first writing begins as symbols for numbers on clay bulla, hollow clay containers that hold clay tokens. These symbols represent the quantity and kind of tokens inside the bulla. Sundial. Earliest timekeeping device. Earliest plow. Irrigation. Donkeys raised and used for transport. The Egyptian calendar, 12 months of 30 days plus 5 extra days. The earliest known wheel, a pottery wheel. Cotton grown. Writing on clay tablets. Symbols that represent a product such as cows, sheep, and cereals drawn with a stylus on clay tablets are the earliest record of what will become the modern alphabet. Training of scribes is an early school. Ox-pulled vehicles with wheels. The earliest record of a belief in gods and goddesses. Stringed musical instrument, lyre and harp. Written symbols combined to form words, transition from word writing to sound writing. Bronze, copper and tin, melted and casted. Inclined plane, ramp. The earliest pyramid in Egypt, designed by the earliest known scientist, Imhotep. Musical reed instruments. Earliest metal saw, iron melted and casted. Writing on papyrus. Glass making, glass beads. The earliest written stories, which consist of epics and myths, hymns and laments, proverbs and wisdom. These stories record a belief in a heaven and an underworld and include the Sumerian flood myth. Musical horn. Health science text. The first place value number system, a sexagesimal, base 60 number system. Recorded laws. Horse riding. Lock and key. Metal traded as money. First planet recognized. Venus. Oven-baked mud brick. Burned brick. Pulley. Water clock. Clepsydra. Lens. Eclipses predicted. Aqueduct. A channel to move water from one place to another. Concrete. All planets visible to the naked eye, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, are clearly distinguished from stars. Old Testament. Metal coin money. Universe explained without gods. Earth-centered universe theory. Theory that humans evolved from fish. Earth described as a sphere. There are 100 million humans on Earth. That stars are other suns and made of red-hot metal is recognized. Particle or wireless communication. The optical telegraph. Theory that all matter is made of atoms. Plato's Academy. Theory that Earth rotates. Museum of Alexandria. Musical organ. Lever. Screw. The rotation of the Earth around its own axis once a day and around the Sun once a year is understood. The size of Earth correctly calculated. Earliest observation of a comet. Earliest gears. Law of inertia. A body preserves its motion. Paper. Negative numbers. The theory that light is made of atoms that move very fast. Water wheel and elevator. Vertical lift. Steam engine. Glass prism. Encyclopedia. Compass. Library in Alexandria destroyed. Plato's Academy is closed. Windmill. Numerals 0 through 9 and decimal notation. Acids prepared. Woodcut printing. Lowercase letters. Bowed string instrument. Beit al-Hikmah, House of Wisdom. Gunpowder. Norwegian explorers reach North America. Earliest rocket. Paper money. The pinhole camera. Movable type printing. University of Bologna. First cannon and gun. University of Oxford. University of Paris. Start of the Inquisition. Theory that all matter is made of light. Mechanical clock. Space described as infinite in size and stars described as other suns with inhabited planets. Wound spiral spring-driven clocks. Humans from Europe reach America. Humans circumnavigate the Earth. Sun-centered theory revived. Thermometer. Telescope. That planets have elliptical orbits is understood. Moons of Jupiter seen and their period determined. Microscope. That the sun rotates is known. Exponential notation and logarithms. Reflecting telescope. Submarine. Speed of sound measured. Frequencies of sounds measured. Cartesian coordinate system. Transit of Venus observed. Repeating gun. Earliest vacuum. The first air pump. Moon of Saturn, Titan seen. That pressure and volume of a gas are inversely related is known. Static electricity generator. Theory that light is made of particles is revived. Calculus. Differentiation and integration. Double refraction is observed. The theory that light is made of material particles is firmly established. Color determined to be a property of light, not of objects. White light separated into and recreated from primary colors. The scale of our star system is measured. Humans measure the speed of light. Direct neuron activation. Neuron writing. Human contracts muscle with electricity. Cell nucleus described. The first picture of bacteria. Law of gravitation. Matter attracts other matter with a force that is the product of their masses and the inverse of their distance squared. The size and distance of other stars is measured. The mass of the planets is determined in the theory that the universe is made of mostly empty space. The movement of the stars over long periods of time is proven. Life of Earth is systematically categorized. Storage of electricity. The capacitor. Basis of refrigeration understood. Electrolysis. Molecules are split using electricity. Water is separated into hydrogen and oxygen gases using electricity. Hydrogen gas isolated. The first self-propelled vehicle, a steam engine-powered automobile. Nitrogen gas isolated. Oxygen gas isolated. Combustion is shown to be a reaction with a gas in the air, later named oxygen. Telegraph. Planet Uranus identified. Steamboat. Human flight by balloon. Water shown to be a compound, not an element. Fusion of molecules using electricity. Water is synthesized by using an electric spark in hydrogen and oxygen gases. The first gas is liquefied. Sulfur dioxide. Air is shown to be a mixture of gases and not a single element. Electric and magnetic attraction and repulsion shown to be both proportional to amount of charge and inversely proportional to distance squared. Remote neuron activation. Remote neuron writing. Muscle contracted remotely by using an electric spark and metal connected to a nerve. Immunity by vaccination proven. The gravitational constant, the mass, and the density of the Earth are measured. Elements shown to combine in definite proportions. Electric battery. Invisible light recognized. Hydrogen and oxygen gas collected separately from electrolysis of water. The invisible light, ultraviolet light, is discovered. Frequencies and wavelengths, or particle intervals, of light determined. Glass diffraction gratings. Spectral lines identified. That atoms of different elements vary in size and mass is shown. Table of elements by atomic mass. There are 1 billion humans on Earth. Gas is shown to combine in small whole number ratios by volume. Electric light. The concept of molecules. The spectroscope, that substances emit specific spectral lines, is known. Theory that all atomic masses are a multiple of hydrogen. Electricity understood to cause magnetism. First electromagnet. Magnetism identified as electricity. Gas combustion engine. Electric motor. The first photograph. Electric printer. The first organic molecule produced from inorganic sources, urea. Electricity produced by moving a wire near a magnet. Sound vibrations are recorded by a tuning fork with an attached whisker that marks a sooted plate. The electrical transformer. The dynamic electric generator, constant current produced. Plastic, nitrocellulose. Mechanical reaper, speed of electricity in wire measured. Parallax of a different star measured. Parallax is the difference in the direction of an object as seen from two widely separated points, used to measure the distance to an object. Cell theory, the principle that all living objects are made of cells. Light converted to electricity. Photoelectric effect. Anesthesia used for surgery. Humans recognize spiral galaxies. Planet Neptune is observed. High voltage applied to gas-filled evacuated tubes. Light shown to move more slowly in water than in air. Earth rotation around its own axis proven experimentally with a pendulum. Theory of evolution. Humans understand their descent from a single ancestor and the process of natural selection. Humans understand that light spectra can be used to determine atomic composition. Microphone, speaker, and telephone. Sound converted to electricity and back to sound again. Quietly sending sound over long distances possible. Direct neuron reading. Electricity and nerve cells measured. Sound recording played out loud. Synthetic fabric. Artificial muscle. Slavery is ended. Electronic camera and image. Image captured and sent electronically. Invisible particle communication. Radio communication. Electricity of heartbeat measured and recorded. Motion picture camera and projector. Planet of a different star detected. Argon and inert gases identified. X-rays. Electric display. Magnetic reading and writing of data. Protein synthesized. Airplane. The first powered, sustained, and controlled airplane flight. Radar. Electric switch and amplifier. Mass spectrometer. Atoms separated by mass. Helicopter. Image sent and received by radio. Wireless telephone. Diffraction explained as particle reflection. Theory that spiral nebulae are other galaxies. The Sun is determined to be in the outer part of our galaxy. Electronic read and write memory. Atomic transmutation and atomic fusion. Atoms of nitrogen changed into atoms of oxygen by high-speed alpha particles colliding with nitrogen gas. Transistor. Women gain the right to vote. Electron microscope. Atomic fission. Lithium atoms split by protons. Image of individual atoms. Atoms confirmed to be about 0.1 nanometer in size. The first image of a virus. Bipedal robot. Self-sustained atomic fission reaction. Atomic fission explosive. Microwave oven. Double helix structure of DNA understood. The maser. The first human-made satellite. The first atomic explosion in empty space. The integrated circuit, or IC. A ship impacts the moon. A device inside the body controlled remotely. The laser. The first human to orbit the Earth. Laser writing and reading of data. A ship from Earth reaches Mars. A ship from Earth impacts Venus. Humans land and walk on the surface of the moon of Earth. The Internet. Digital electric camera. Artificial gene synthesized. Ship orbits another planet, Mars. Ship impacts Mars. Ship lands on Mars. Proteins are synthesized by adding DNA to bacteria. Ship reaches Jupiter and sends the first close-up images. Personal computer. Ship lands on Venus. External object moved by thought. Ship reaches Saturn and sends close-up images. Multicellular organism cloned. Ship reaches Uranus and sends close-up images. Microscopic electric motor. Ship reaches Neptune and sends close-up images. Individual atoms moved. Ship orbits Jupiter. Animal cloned from somatic cell. Ship lands on an asteroid. Microscopic radio chip. RFID. Nanometer scale electric motor. Ship orbits Saturn. Stem cells are used to repair damaged nerves. Ship lands on a moon of Saturn. Titan. Remote neuron reading. Image of what the eyes are seeing captured remotely.